Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we're going to continue to talk about Officer and Gentleman. That's right, Officer and Gentleman. That's a great movie, isn't it? Don't we all just love this movie? I think it's actually pretty good. It's one of the better romantic movies I've seen. I was really shocked by its realism. As far as there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this movie that I haven't been in the military myself. I've actually experienced these things, okay? Now, luckily for me, this was one of those movies that I watched right before I went to boot camp in San Diego. Excuse me, when I joined the Marines. So it kind of prepared me for a lot of the things that were coming my way that I had no idea. If I had not seen this movie, I would not have expected it. And boy, were they correct about a lot of shit here, okay? Now, just so you know, I was not in the Navy, okay? I was in the Marine Corps, which is a department of the Navy. It's the men's department. All you squids out there know what I'm talking about. All right, but Zach is going through an officer school, though, which I did not go through, okay? I had not gone to college yet when I joined the Marines, so you have to be a college graduate to become an officer in the Marines and in the Navy, okay? So he already graduated college. We got all that out of the way in the beginning of the movie. He has a bad relationship with his dad. His mother killed herself when he was a little boy. He grew up in the fucking Philippines with his dad, who was an enlisted man also in the Navy. His dad's an asshole, a drunk, and a womanizer, and he passed that along to his son, okay? Now, Zach feels that he has something to prove. He graduated college, something his father didn't do, okay? And he wants to become an officer, something his father could never do, okay? So with his college degree, he joined the Navy. He's got to graduate OCS, Officer Candidate School. If he graduates through this school, then he's going to go up to flight school. If he finishes that, then he's hoping he'll go to Beeville, Texas to train on jets, because that's what he really wants to do. He wants to fly jets for the Navy. That's his goal, okay? That's his dream, okay? So that's what he's trying to do, okay? But he's got to get through this school first, okay? This is his introduction to the Navy, okay? This is basically his boot camp, his basic training, okay? Officer Candidate School is what they call it. And let me tell you something, it's a fucking resort, okay? Compared to the shit that I had to fucking go through. I mean, and when they go to school there, they get to wear their nice uniforms outside, you know, in the civilian world. They get to get laid, they get to get drunk and go to parties and shit. I wasn't allowed any of that shit when I was in there, okay? This is all bullshit, all right? But anyway, I guess that's what it's like for officer school. I don't know, I never became an officer, so I don't know. Okay, I was an enlisted man, all right? But anyway, all these things happen to Zach, all right? And as we know, he meets Paula there, who basically, she's the love interest, okay? She works at this fucking factory right outside the base, okay? It's this shithole little redneck town where all the girls there, their hopes are to fucking get with a guy that's in Officer Candidate School, get him to marry her so she can get the fuck out of that rinky-dink funky little town and go off and see the world, okay? So that's all they're trying to do, is they're trying to get pregnant to get these guys to marry them. Now, unlike me, what happened to me, nobody fucking warned me about this shit when I joined the military, okay? But it's true, okay? I remember getting off the fucking bus at Fort Knox, Kentucky, okay, to go to my tank school, because I was a tanker in the Marines, okay? All the tankers go to school there, and there was a shitload of girls in the fucking parking lot watching us get off the bus. They knew exactly what time we were going to show up. They knew exactly when our classes started and when we were going to graduate, okay? And they probably knew where we were going to get shipped out to, too, okay? So they were there. They were waiting for us, okay? They knew when we were going to get there, okay? There's a lot of benefits if you're a girl, okay? And you grow up in a bullshit little fucking honky-tonk little town. If you hook up with a military guy, you get to go where they go. You get a shitload of benefits, okay? You're going to get all the insurance you need. They're going to provide you with housing. They're going to provide you with a food allowance. You don't really have to do shit. I mean, you can get a job if you want, okay? But it's not like you need it to pay your bills. Your husband's going to pay all your fucking bills, okay? And if you're a fucking whore, okay, he's going to be stationed. He's going to be, you know, doing things, deployed all the time. So you get to fuck around with him with a shitload of guys. The men are going to outnumber you fucking 250 to 1. Okay, so you got your pick of guys that are more than happy to fuck another guy's wife, okay? So it's no problem for you. See what I mean? It's all these great things for a woman, not so much for the guys, though, okay? Now, luckily, I did not get married when I was in the military, okay? But a lot of the guys that I did know that did get married, okay, let's just say they weren't married by the time they got out. Okay, there's a lot of bad shit happens, all right? So I don't recommend it for anybody. I'll say exactly what the Marine Corps said to dude. If the Marine Corps wanted you to have a wife, they would have issued you one, okay? Because I guarantee you, dude, a lot of these guys, they go in there when they're 18, fucking 19 years old. Their wives are the same age. Okay, you were gonna tell me that some fucking 19-year-old bitch who looks really fucking good, covered in tattoos, likes to smoke and fucking drink, is gonna sit for fucking on her ass for 6 months waiting for you to get back? Are you out of your fucking mind? No, she's going out to the clubs with all the other wives that are fucking around their husbands, and they're gonna get some fucking dick. Okay, that's what they're gonna fucking do, all right? So I'm just giving you a notice, guys. If you think about going to the military, go in as a bachelor and come out as a fucking bachelor. Please, dude. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for a shitload of fucking hurt, all right? A shitload of fucking hurt, all right? I see some crazy shit happen, all right? Especially when we got back from fucking, Afghanistan and shit. It was fucking terrible. Anyway, moving right along. So basically what this movie's about, okay, he's going through basic training. He meets Paula. She works at the fucking factory. She's trying to hook up with a guy, even though she says she's not. She's trying to find some guy to marry her, just like her best friend Lynette, who also works at the factory with her. Okay, now Paula's a little bit kind of a sad case. She works at this factory with her mom. Her mom works there too. Okay, now in the last video, we found out that her dad, her biological father, okay, was also an officer candidate, just like Zach. And obviously, her mom fell in love with him, and she tried to trap him. Okay, now it's not said, okay, but it's implied that she tried to trap him, and he refused to marry her. He refused to take care of Paula. Hence, therefore, Edith, that's Paula's mom, was forced to marry this other guy, okay, that she did not love. Okay, Paula's stepdad, who played by Victor French, who we saw here. I think his name is Joe. Okay, so she married this guy because I guess he provided her with a house and shit, you know, and she had some more kids with him. Okay, but that is not Paula's biological father. She was actually, her mom was, Edith was actually in love with the officer candidate that was her father. Okay, but she tried to trap him. It didn't work. He left without her. Okay, so she was stuck with this kid. All right, and she had to basically find a guy. You know, you got to remember this stuff by the timeline. This shit would have happened in the '60s. Okay, this would have happened like in the late '50s, early '60s when Paula was born. If you do the time, okay, or actually no, it would have been '70s, '82. Yeah, so it would have been the '60s, early '60s. Okay, like 1960, 1961, around that time. If you do the math to find out how old Paula is, she's like 21, 22 in 1982. So it would have been like around 1960 when Edith got pregnant. Okay, by this officer candidate. So he left without her. He refused to marry her, so she had to raise this kid by herself, Paula by herself. She eventually married this other guy named Joe, played by Victor French, and she had another family with him. Okay, she had some kids with him. Okay, but she was not in love with this guy. Okay, hence she was not happy. Okay, she tried to trap the officer candidate. Okay. So that's what happened. That's Paula's origin story, okay? So she had kind of a fucked up life too. Meanwhile, Zach tells her about his fucked up life. His mother killed himself when he was a kid. He was forced to live with his dad in the Philippines because that's where he was stationed, you know, and stuff like that. So they're broken people, okay? They're broken people, all right? And they're just trying to make the best they can in life, all right? Now, Zach's got a lot of intimacy issues. He's never been intimate with anybody. He's never really opened himself, but the closest he's come to is Paula, okay? Now, he's already fucked a lot of girls. He grew up in a fucking whorehouse, okay? His dad loved having whores around the apartment, okay? So he probably lost his virginity when he's like 11 years old, okay? He probably made a girl come for the first time when he was like 12, okay? So he knows his way around a fucking pussy. That's what separates him from all the other guys that are out there, okay? Because whenever you do these romantic fucking movies, it's never about the average guy. It's always about the high value guy, okay? The guy that gets laid a lot, the guy that's fucking very popular, has social standing, he's got fucking money, he's got ripped abs, he's got all these fucking shit, okay? And these average girls that watch this movie, they think because of these movies, because they identify with shit like Reese Witherspoon and a bunch of other fucking barely attractive women out there, that they can get a guy like that too. Okay, you know, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, okay? But in this movie, okay, the main character, okay, I've got to talk about the 0.0001% of the single guys that are out there, because that's the only type of guys these fucking romantic movies ever fucking show, okay? And so Zach is one of those guys, okay? He's very stoic, he's a good-looking guy, he's smart, okay? Like I said, he's fucked a lot of girls, so he's very confident around women, you know? He's not judgmental as far as that goes, you know? But he knows what he wants, and he's honest. He tells a girl right away, hey, I'm not looking for a girlfriend. I'm looking to have fun. You know, that thing, which most guys would never do that. Most guys would fucking play along, you know, oh, this, you know, I'm open to finding true love. And they just say that shit because they want to get fucking laid. After they got laid, they don't fucking need to pretend anymore, okay? But Zach puts all his cards out on the table right away. Hey, listen, I'm just here to fuck. I'm just down to fuck. That's it. I'm not looking for a girlfriend, okay? So if you're the one who wants to put me on a fucking white horse, that's your problem. That's not mine. Okay, okay, and I like that about him because he's very honest as far as things like that go. He also reveals shit that he normally wouldn't reveal. I would never reveal. Okay, even though I identify with Zach a lot, I completely understand his character. He reveals shit about his mom's suicide. I would never reveal that to a girl that I was just fucking. I would reveal that to a girl that I was close to. Maybe not intimate. Maybe like someone that I was like a BFF or something like that. Because there are some girls in my life that I'm completely platonic with, you know. But we share a lot of information, you know, with each other, you know. It would be somebody that I trust. Okay, I have had some friends, platonic friends, that ended up being fucking, you know, fuck buddies and shit before, and I probably would reveal that with somebody that I was close to in that way, okay? But I wouldn't reveal that to a girl that I was just having sex with and nothing else. I didn't want anything else with, okay? So to me, that's a sign that Zach is starting to come around to Paula. He's starting to get intimate with Paula. He doesn't understand what a girlfriend is. I mean, he knows what a girlfriend is, but he's never really had one, okay? And he tells Paula that, I've never had a girlfriend, okay? And that's very believable, okay? For him, women are just people to fuck. Okay, they're just cum dumpsters. I know it's a horrible thing to say. Okay, and today in 2023, you're not allowed to say shit like that. Okay, but for the guys out there that have options, okay, which, like I said, 0.001% of the male population that are like this. Okay, but those guys, these are the guys that all the women want. Okay, they will tend to more to look at a woman as fucking as just a sexual object. Okay, just something to fuck, a hole to fuck, and then get rid of her. Go on to the next one. Okay, recreation. That's all it is. Now, you can make the argument that a lot of girls look at guys that way too, and yeah, especially today, okay, now it's the post-Sex and the City era, okay, but 1982, it was kind of frowned upon, okay, girls that had sex with a lot of guys were looked down upon, okay, but guys that had sex with a lot of girls were looked highly upon by guys, not so much by girls, by guys. It pissed girls off. Okay, because they all wanted him, and he fucked all of them and didn't pick any of them to be with. Okay, so that's why they were pissed off. Not because he was fucking all the girls. They fucked him too. Okay, they don't take any responsibility for the fact that they fucked. You didn't have to fuck the guy. Okay, but you did. Even though he fucked all your friends, you didn't have to fuck him, but you did. Okay, so don't fucking blame him for being an asshole. No, blame yourself for being a fucking whore. Anyway, and I know, battle of the sexes, but fuck it, okay? Yeah, but it's true. It's fucking true, okay? Quit blaming it all on the fucking guy. No one made you spread your legs. Get the fuck out of here, okay? So anyway, so that's all going on here. Okay, Zach's a high value guy, and he's starting to pull away from Paula. He had dinner with her family. Her stepdad was staring him down, and then she revealed some information after he left, and he basically blew her off after that. He rode off in his motorcycle. Now you can tell because Deborah Wing is a really good actress, and I can understand completely why so many of you women out there identify this movie with Paula's character as opposed to Zach's character. I think this movie was made for men, but men didn't turn up to go see it. I think that I think the women turned up to go see this movie big time because of Paula. Even though she's only maybe in 40% of the movie, okay, that's the one that all the women understood. That's the one that the women identified with. They related with her. They rooted for her. They felt the pain that she felt. They knew exactly what she was going through and why she was asking those questions and why she was acting that way. They completely related to Paula, and I think that's where the movie was a success, and that's why it became a fucking chick flick. Even though that Zach is the main character, and he's very well acted, believable main character, he's not a fucking cardboard cut out. He's actually a human being with feelings and doubts and insecurities, and he's very relatable too. But like I said, this genre is for women, and the women really identified with Paula. Okay, so Paula is really the star of this movie. Okay, because this isn't a movie about an officer candidate who falls in love with a local girl. It's a movie about a local girl who falls in love with an officer candidate. Okay, that's the real movie that we're seeing here. Okay, even though it's supposed to be the other way around. Okay, but even though it's a chick flick, it's very honest as far as the way that men talk to each other and the things that men do. Okay, I myself learned a lot about women from watching this movie, more than I ever fucking did from watching Sex and the City. And I already watched and reviewed every fucking episode of Sex and the City. It's on this fucking channel if you don't fucking believe me. Okay, and I learned a lot more from this 2-hour movie than I ever did from that shit. All right. Anyway, moving right along. I'm Diego. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a straight man's point of view here. If you're easily offended, if you're easily triggered, get the fuck out of here right now. Okay, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm gonna tell you the honest God fucking truth. Okay, now if you want to fucking be lied to and you want to be told what you want to fucking hear and live in fucking lollipop land, there's plenty of other YouTube channels that will give you that. Okay, or just watch fucking regular TV. Okay, that's all full of bullshit. You're not gonna get none of that here. I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth. I've been in the military. I know what fucking military romances are like. Okay, I've had plenty of stories. Let me tell you. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth of what a straight man thinks about this fucking movie. Okay, luckily for you, this movie's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna destroy it because I actually like this movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very eye-opening. Okay, like I said, it helped me out when I joined the military. Okay, and it still helps me out today. Okay, I still enjoy watching it. Okay, I still think it's a very good depiction. In fact, I put it into 2 categories. It's under the category of chick flicks for guys, and it's under the category of chick flick praise because I enjoyed it. Okay, it's a very good movie. All right, now where did we leave off last time? Okay, last time. Like I said, Zach basically blew off Paula. He said goodbye to her without really saying goodbye to her, and he drove off in his fucking motorcycle after he had dinner with her folks, and she revealed to him, she even showed him a picture of her biological father, who was an officer candidate. Okay, so that happened. Now, the next thing that we have here is the factory. It's the paper factory where Paula works there with her mom and with her best friend, Lynette. Now, Lynette's also looking for a fucking Navy officer candidate, and right now she's banging Zach's best friend, Sid, who's also an officer candidate like him. They're in the same class. They're in the same room. They're roommates. Okay, and they're best friends. All right, so at the factory here, one of the women that works there, I guess it's during the lunch break, which makes no sense because the clock on the wall says it's like 3:40, which means that they're getting off their shift, but it's supposed to be lunchtime, so go figure. Okay, anyway, or the clock on the wall says it's 12:30, and it's like, but the scene's supposed to take place like at 3:45 or some shit like that. Anyway, someone pointed it out, so I got to mention it here. Anyway, so there's this woman that works at the factory with them. Now you want to, these girls, these are some hard ass girls. Okay, they're not dressed nice here. They all got their fucking bandanas on, their jackets, their t-shirts, their jeans, their fucking what do you call it? Their aprons, all that kind of fucking shit they wear when you work in a factory. The goggles, all that kind of fucking shit. They're all smoking cigarettes and shit. Okay, and it's mostly women there. This is what the women do in town. Okay. And so one of them, I think Laverne and Shirley, okay, the factory job that they had, okay? So anyway, one of the women there, her name is Bunny, and she's talking to Lynette. Now, Paula's not there. Paula's on the phone, on the payphone, trying to call Zach at the base. It's Friday, okay, and Zach's about to go on Liberty for the weekend. So she's trying to call him because he didn't call her all week, okay? And she's worried, okay, that maybe he's never going to call her again, so she's trying to call him, okay? While that's going on, Lynette's sitting there, okay, in the lunchroom there, and one of the other factory workers named Bunny says, like, hey, are you still seeing those fly boys? You know, and Lynette's like, well, what's it to you? You know, well, I just noticed, you know, it's Friday night, you know, and neither you nor Paula said anything about these guys, so I'm guessing you ain't seeing them anymore, you know. And basically, Lynette tells, well, that's none of your business, all right? You're not, she doesn't think the flight boys, okay, are seeing them anymore because it's too close to graduation. That's what she says, okay? You know, 3 weeks before graduation, that's usually when they stop calling. Now, obviously, Bunny talks from experience, okay? She's been jilted by a lot of guys. Well, bitch, okay, what do you expect, okay? If all you do is you keep going to the fucking base because you know what time these guys are going to arrive and you know when they're going to graduate, and you just fuck a lot of guys hoping one of them is going to fucking put a ring on it and take you with him, okay? If that's all you fucking do, what do you expect, okay? The more you do that, the less attractive you are. You might be able to get away with that the first or second time you do it, but if you keep doing that every fucking cycle, people are going to talk. Now, maybe the officer candidates are going to rotate out and they'll never see you again, okay? But the people that work there on that base, the people that live there every day, that see your fucking face every fucking cycle, are going to warn these guys, hey, listen, that one every 3 months, she's here trying to get another guy, okay? Okay, and they're going to warn him. Okay, and the guy say, yeah, he'll use you, he'll fuck you because you're giving it up. You're leading with your pussy, but he ain't gonna fucking take you with him. Get the fuck out of here. You're not the type of woman that a guy like that is gonna fucking take, for Christ's sake. You know? God damn, anyway, but she's gonna blame men for all this shit, right? Okay, I'm not saying they're not completely responsible. You gotta accept some fucking responsibility yourself. God damn it, try some fucking accountability as well. Okay, Jesus Christ, quit blaming it all on the fucking flight boys, okay? All you're doing is offering your pussy and they're taking it and you're mad at them for not taking you with them. Get the fuck out of here. That's all you were offering. You weren't offering anything else. Get the fuck out anyway. So she's all jilted and pissed off. She's trying to spread that pessimism to the other girls there, okay? You know, Paula tries calling Zach for the weekend. Zach gets the message from the guy there, and Zach tells the guy, oh, just tell her that I already left. He doesn't want to talk to her. He doesn't want to see her, okay? So he's blowing her off. It's officially, he has blown her off. He tells her, tell her I already left. Okay, already split. Okay, so Bunny tells Lynette that it's usually this is usually the time when they stop calling. Okay, and she also says, like, these fly boys, man, it's around this time, 3 weeks before graduation. That's when they start thinking they own the whole goddamn world. Okay, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. First of all, they don't think they own the whole goddamn world, okay? Just because you offered your pussy and they fucking took it doesn't mean that all of a sudden they're on fucking cloud 9, okay? Your pussy doesn't have fucking magical powers like that, okay? What it means is they're about to leave. So rather than get any more emotionally invested than they already have, they're gonna pull the brakes on that shit, okay? Because there's no point in pursuing something when you know you gotta go, okay? Now, me personally, I would have waited. In fact, I did when I went to tank school. I waited till the last week before I quit seeing the girl that I've been seeing while I was there, okay? And it's funny because we joked about this movie too. We joked about it. Okay, so no, it's not that, okay? We never thought that we own the whole fucking world, okay? We never thought we owned the whole goddamn world, okay? In fact, it was the girls that were on the base that thought they owned the whole fucking goddamn world because they were surrounded on an island of eligible men. Okay, so of course they're all happy as shit, okay? There's so many fucking guys to choose from, okay? And at officer school, all these guys are college graduates. All these guys are smart. All these guys are gonna pursue successful careers, okay? Even if they don't get to fly jets, they'll get to do something else with the Navy. They're gonna get a steady paycheck. They're gonna get paid a lot more than the enlisted guys get, that's fucking for sure. You're gonna get provided with base housing, okay? You know how much it costs to have a fucking baby when you're the wife of a military man? It costs $50 fucking. That's it. Okay, so of course, they're going to win the lottery if they hook up with one of these guys. Okay, so there's so many guys to choose from. So if one says no, there's fucking 600 behind him that you can pick. So don't give me this fucking bullshit about how we think we own the whole fucking world just because we didn't fucking pick you. All you offered was your fucking pussy. Okay, and that's all we took. Nothing else. Okay, don't blame us. You should have offered something else than just your fucking pussy, but you led with it, didn't you? Exactly, okay? So that's what's going on. So she's jilted by this. She's trying to spread her pessimism to the other girls. Hey, fuck you, you bitch, okay? Tell you what, why don't you try liking a guy first? Okay, like getting to know him first, okay? Maybe having him get to know you and then have sex with him, okay? He's more likely to fall in love with you that way than you just fucking fuck him the first time you meet him and then expect all this fucking shit in return, okay? Get the fuck out of here, okay? Unless it's on fucking paper and I signed it, I ain't doing shit. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, yeah, so anyway, so Paula's all stressed out, okay, that Zach hasn't called all week, okay, and Bunny says like, if he ain't called by now, he ain't ever gonna call, okay, and that pisses off Paula. She gets up and storms out of there, okay, and she tells Lynette to clock her out, okay, Lynette gets all pissed off at Bunny. She's like, God damn it, Bunny, you know, just shut up. But that ain't the worst of it. The worst of it is that Edith, now that's Paula's mom, also works there. She was also in the lunchroom. She saw all this happen. She saw what Bunny said, and she saw Paula, her daughter, get up and leave. So fucking she goes in and she slaps Paula in the fucking shoulder for saying that, you know, that he ain't ever gonna call. And she chases her after her daughter outside in the parking lot, okay? So Edith goes out there, you know, and she catches up with her daughter, okay? You know, and Bunny, but before that scene ends, Bunny says, may they all crash and burn. So obviously Bunny's a very jilted woman, okay? She's very pessimistic, okay? She's probably been fucking had the train run on her, okay, so many fucking times. I'm sure her pussy's all loosey-goosey now from all the cocks that have been in and out of there, you know? So she's just a broken person, okay? She can no longer pair bond, okay? She does not know how to pair bond anymore. And that's the danger, okay? With women, when you have sex with too many guys, okay? It's different for every woman, but once you reach that limit, you're incapable of just being with one person anymore, okay? You cannot pair bond with anybody after that, okay? Which is why sluts are the worst partners to fucking have. Not only for guys, you have the embarrassment of knowing that your fucking girl has slept with so many fucking guys, and probably some of them are people that you fucking know, okay? But they ain't gonna tell you because they're embarrassed, and she ain't gonna tell you, okay? That's the worst kind of wife to fucking have. But also, she can't be satisfied by one guy, okay? She's got to keep going and going and going. Okay, she might like you for emotional reasons. Maybe you're really good to talk to when she has problems and you can provide a roof over her fucking head and that kind of shit. But as far as fucking, she can't just be happy with one guy. Okay, she's got to go through a lot of guys. Okay, that's the only kind of fucking sexual pleasure she's ever gonna fucking have. Okay, so when you're with a girl like that, stay the fuck away from her. Have your fun and get rid of them. Okay, trust me. Okay, you'll be better off for it. Okay, and yeah, I talk from experience. Okay, so anyway, so Esther goes outside and she stops her daughter Paula. Okay, she stops her in the parking lot, okay? Okay, she's going to go to the base to look for Zach. That's her plan. She's going to go to the base, look for Zach, okay? And she tells, Edith tells Paula not to do it. She basically begs her out in the parking lot. She says, don't do it, Paula. Don't do it, baby. Don't. Okay, and Paula's like, I have to, Mama. I love him. Well, you know what? The push and pull technique does work, okay? Nothing gets a girl more turned on by a guy. If you know that the girl likes you, and then all of a sudden you push away from her, you know, for like a while, like in Zach's case, he does it for a week without calling or anything. Okay, she's gonna go crazy thinking about you. Okay, all she's gonna do is think about you. What are you doing? Who are you with? You know, that kind of thing, okay? So this is like a seduction technique, okay? And Zach's very good at this. I gotta give him credit, man. I learned a lot from watching Zach, all right? It's the push-pull technique. He pulled away from her, so now she's chasing him. She's trying to go after him, okay? Because he hasn't called her. This is exactly how you do it, okay? But I think, well, Paula took it a little bit too far. This isn't just some guy she's crazy about. This is the guy that she's in love with. Of course she's in love with. She's been in love with him since the very beginning. It's pretty obvious. I mean, she was the one that was nervous talking to him when they first met, okay? He was never nervous around her about anything. Okay, so this is one of those cases, like he's like the 0.001%. She's like the average girl that falls in love with a high value guy. Yeah, you know why? Because it's a fucking chick flick, that's why. Anyway, well, she's like, I have to, I love him. I can't just let him run up. No, Paula, no, okay. You can, if it was the other way around, okay? If it was the other way around, you know, he could not make you fall in love with him. Okay, he couldn't do that. Okay, so you can't make him fall in love with you. Now, luckily, Paula doesn't understand this, but I think Zach is as much in love with her as he is capable of at this time. Given his history, given the way he was raised, given the way people come in and out of his life, and all these superficial relationships that he has, he does not understand intimacy. He does not know how to give of himself, how to sacrifice a part of himself for somebody else. He doesn't understand how to do that. Okay, these things scare him, so he's never done it. Okay, so he's not about to start now No matter how much he likes Paula, no matter how good she makes him feel, and I'm confident that he does. I mean, she cooked him breakfast, for Christ's sake, all right? You know, she gives him the pussy, she gives him the ass, you know? They do pillow talk, they do all these fucking things, you know? They walk around like boyfriend and girlfriend, even though they're not, okay? I think he legitimately enjoys being with her in that way, but he's got to put a limit to it. Now, none of this is Paula's fault. This is just the way Zach was raised. These are the things that he's afraid of. He's afraid of committing to somebody, and that's why he's not going to do it, okay? But this just drives Paula crazy because she's so invested in him that she needs that fucking commitment from him, okay? And she ain't going to leave without it. It's tearing her up inside that he hasn't given it to her. And probably the reason she's so crazy about him is because I'm pretty sure she's dated a lot of fucking candidates, okay? And most of them wanted to fucking marry her right away. Okay, I'm pretty sure right after the first time they had sex, because a lot of these guys are out there are desperate for fucking pussy. They'll say anything and do anything and be so afraid of offending her or turning her off, they'll fucking kiss her ass no matter what she does. They'll smell her fucking shit if they have to, okay? But Zach's not like that. He's not kissing up to her, and that's what turns her on so much about him. And she also knows that he can get other girls, okay? He can get other girls, okay? Okay, that also scares her. What if a better girl takes him off of her hands? You know, these things drive women crazy. Okay, these things make women want to pursue that guy. Okay, and Zach's fucking clicking all the check marks, man, big time. He's doing really good here. He's doing really good. And Paula's fucking crazy, but not so much for Paula because she's so frustrated about how does Zach feel about her. Okay, that she's willing to do anything to get him to stay with her. Okay, she's definitely more invested than he is. I think he's doing the best that he can. He's about as much invested as her as he's capable of. Okay, he's reached his limit of how far he's willing to go, and he's too scared to go anymore. This is not her fault. This is all on him, okay? But of course, she's going to take it out on herself. She thinks that there's something she can do to bring him over to her side, and there's nothing she can do. Okay, thank God her mom is there, who's older and wiser and has been through this before, okay? So that's what's going on here, okay? And she can't let him run off. That's just like, how are you going to stop him? How are you going to stop him if he doesn't want to be with you? Which is correct. That's exactly what I said. How can you stop him? You can't. Just like he couldn't stop you. If you didn't want to see him anymore and you wanted to go off, how the fuck's he going to stop you? He can't. There's nothing he can do. Relationships are all voluntary. Okay, you get into it because you both want to, and you get out of it because one of you or both of you doesn't want to be in it anymore. Okay, it's all voluntary. You can't make anyone love you. You can't make anyone stay with you. You can't make anyone take you with you. Okay? You can't do that, okay? You gotta look at it both ways here, okay? Just like you can't make him fall in love with you, Paula. You know, he can't make you fall in love with him either. Okay, you just went there. Probably because he was your best option, okay? Out of all the guys that you fucked, he was the best option that's come along, at least in a long time, and that's why you're so fucking crazy about him, okay? So that's what's going on here, okay? You can't stop him. She's like, well, I don't know. I said, I don't know. I'm gonna think of a way to get him to stay, you know? You know, and then her mom says, no. She's like, please, I can't let you do this, baby. I just can't. Please, baby. You know, and then she starts crying. Esther starts crying in front of her daughter, you know. She says, please don't go. Please don't go. And I think this is a very good scene here. It's a very intimate scene between mother and daughter, okay? It's one of my favorite parts of the movie, believe it or not, even though there's no men in this scene. It's one of my favorite parts because here you have a woman who's already been through what her daughter's going through. She already knows what that's like to try to get a guy to stay with her, a guy that she loves, okay? And in her case, she had a baby. She had a baby inside of her, okay? She's already been through this before, and she doesn't want her daughter to make those mistakes. This is a very relatable scene. Even as a father myself, and with my son, okay, I would have a similar situation. You know, if my son was going through some fucking heartache with a girl, okay, and it's something that I went through when I was younger, okay, I would most definitely try to stop him, or at least advise him not to make the same mistakes that I made. Okay? Because I want my son to be better than me, and that's exactly what's going on here. She doesn't want her daughter to make the same mistakes that she did. Okay? She already knows that she fucking married this guy that she didn't love, and she married him for security. Okay? That's why she did, because the guy that she really did love did not want to be with her because she tried to trap him. She tried to trap him with Paula, with baby Paula, and it didn't fucking work. And the last thing she wants is for her daughter to make the same mistakes that she made. Okay? I think it's a very believable scene, very honorable scene here, you know? And I'm glad they put it in the movie. Thank God somebody was going to fucking put some sense into this script, you know, because now you understand their motivations. You understand exactly why they're doing what they're doing. You know, Paula said earlier, I would never do that, but the truth is that she would, okay? Like I said, don't believe everything women say. Believe what they do, not what they fucking say. She said earlier in the movie she would never trap a guy, but what's she doing right now? She's gonna try to trap Zach, okay? Because her feelings are what's important. She feels like trapping him because she doesn't want him to go, okay? That's more important than what she knows than what is right and wrong. You see what I mean? And thank God her mom was there to stop her. To be like, no, don't do this. Okay, I did this, and look, it didn't work. It's not going to work for you. Okay, the moment you get there on that base and you find him, you're going to say just about anything to keep him. And God help you by then. And it's so fucking true, and it's so fucking honorable and believable. I'm so glad you don't see that too much anymore. You see a parent that's actually going out there, putting herself on the line to stop her daughter from making the mistakes that she made. It's so moving. I can relate to. You don't have to be a woman to relate to this scene here between the mother and the daughter. I mean, it's so fucking beautiful. It's one of the best parts of the movie. Like, it's one of my favorite scenes. Not my favorite scene in the movie, but one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Besides the I got nowhere else to go. Besides that one, this one's pretty fucking high up there. Okay, very believable. I'm so glad that this scene was in the movie. You don't see scenes like this very much anymore. You don't see a guy trying to stop their son, or trying to stop or a woman trying to stop her daughter from making the mistakes that she made herself. It's so beautiful. I'm glad they put it in there. Don't you trick him. And she says, because I know what you're feeling. Don't do it, Paula. You got to let him go. Don't try to trick him or try to trap him. And Paul's like, I wouldn't. He goes, but I wouldn't do anything, Mama. I'm not like that. I would never do. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. If you go there tonight and find him, you'll say just about anything to keep him. You will. And God help you after that. Like I said, very well acted scene here, And then in that moment, of course, she starts crying, and now Paul's like, well, why are you crying, And well, it's exactly because she's been her daughter. She's already been through this. Okay, this is her chance to make up for what she did. She was already in Paula's shoes. She already experienced everything that Paul's going through. Okay, this is her chance. This is her chance to fucking make a different decision. Kind of like going back in time. Okay, well, what if I had done this instead of what I did do? Okay, let me give that for my daughter, which I think is probably the best gift you can give your child. Okay, now you're me. Now you're doing where I was. You're where I was. Do this instead. Don't do what I did, because this is what happened. Do this instead. Do what I should have done. Do what I should have done if my mother had been there talking to me back then. Okay, do that. And I think that's such a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing, And of course, Paula realized that her mother was right. She even acknowledged that, yeah, I would do it. I would lie to Zach. I would tell him I'm pregnant to trap him. I would do that. I would do anything to keep him. Right or wrong, doesn't fucking matter. I would do anything. She realized that her mother was right, and we all knew it, and I knew it. I knew it. No, despite what she fucking told Lynette earlier. She would never do that. She never thinks about it. Of course she fucking does. Okay, of course she does. Okay, if she's invested in this guy, she'll do anything to keep him. She'll do anything, okay? And that's when you know you're not in a good relationship, okay? If you're willing to do all this for somebody, but that other person is not willing to do that for you, okay, you're not in a balanced, healthy relationship, okay? If you're going to get involved with someone, and we're talking about like fucking forever, okay? We're talking about till death do us part, okay? Then that person had better be just as much fucking invested in you as you are in them. Okay, because for me, marriage is very sacred. Okay, it's not something I don't believe in divorce, which is why I never got divorced. Okay, marriage is sacred. Okay, those are vows you make. Okay, to your God. All right, so you don't just break those because things get hard. Okay, if you cannot handle hard times, okay, you don't deserve to be married. Okay, you're not the kind of person that needs to be married. Okay, that's how I look at it. All right, anyway, but that's just me. Okay. Like I said, very well acted scene. Okay, very, very emotional, very dramatic. Okay, and I love this scene so much. I'm glad it's in the movie. All right, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review of Officer and Gentleman. Thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.